Yeah, you been scarred, but you a czar, you can crawl to the grave. I know that a lion's inside, sleeping in your heart. Step back and remember who you are.
What up, Pride? It's your boy Amari, back again with another reaction video. Today we're getting into another part of Hamilton. I am super excited. It's been a little bit since I got into Hamilton. We had the holidays, and then I got sick, and I was not prepared to deal with Act 2 of Hamilton while sick. Like, I have a migraine right now, but like, I've filmed on migraines before. I can handle Hamilton with a migraine. I can't handle Hamilton while sick. That's too much. It's too much. Now, with that being said, I've gotten comments from people saying like, oh, we're past the worst part of Hamilton, but considering Hamilton ain't been shot yet, I don't believe y'all, okay? I don't believe you. You know what? My guard is up. Prefer to be surprised with good stuff than hope for good stuff and be let down, okay? I'm jaded now. It's over. But with that being said, we're getting to another part of Hamilton. We only have 2 more parts of Hamilton to go, this part and the next part, but I will be reacting to all of the auxiliary Hamilton content, the mixtapes and all the additional performances and the cut songs and all the extra stuff. I will be reacting to that, so definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button not to miss out on that. I will also be reacting to another musical. I thought I was gonna react to In the Heights next, but I've also gotten a ton of other recommendations for other musicals, so I'm going to put it to a vote for you guys to decide what musical I react to after this. So definitely make sure to stick around for that. You might be a fan of what that is. You might want to steer the direction of this channel, what the next reaction is. So hit that subscribe button and leave recommendations in the comment section down below, because your musical might be the next musical. So stick around for that. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this, and I'll be seeing all of you guys on the other side. God, that song is perfect, dude. Oh, ridiculous.
The election of 1800.
Can we get back to politics?
Please.
Yo, every action has its equal opposite reaction.
There's a motif reference in there. My brain needs a second to like catch up to it. The song's not called Must Be Nice. What's it called? Washington on Your Side. There was like 2. The compositional part of the song is a reference to like the beginning of that song, as well as the line, the Newton's third law line, the equal opposite reaction. That's also, I think that's also in that song. If it's not, that's a reference to whatever song I think that's in that song. It's a reference to that song as well from Thomas Jefferson, who also said it last time. Oh, that's not even why I made that face originally. Then there's the can we get back to politics? Yes, please. Hopefully this will continue to just be politics, because the last stuff was tragic. But you guys were commenting that like crazy in the comment section, and my dumb ass didn't. I guess I'm not dumb for just not knowing, but I didn't know that that was a reference to what was going to happen next. I just thought it was people like sympathizing with me being sad about all the interpersonal stuff. But turns out you guys were just making a haha, and I wasn't clued in to the inside joke. Now I can be like,
I understood that reference.
I'm caught up now, okay? I wasn't hip before, but I'm hop now. See what I did there? Hip hop, Thomas Jefferson's on screen. Hamilton includes rapping. Okay, whatever. It's not as funny when you have to explain it.
Can we get back to politics?
Please.
Yo, every action has its equal opposite reaction. John Adams shat the bed. I love the guy, but he's in traction. So now I'm facing Aaron Burr with his own faction.
He's very attractive in the North. New Yorkers like his chances.
He's not very forthcoming on any particular stances.
Ask him a question that glances off, he obfuscates, he dances.
And they say I'm a Francophile. At least they know I know where France is.
Thomas, that's the problem. See, they see Burr as a less extreme you. You need to change course. A key endorsement might redeem you.
Who did you have in mind?
Don't laugh.
Who is it?
You used to work on the same staff. It might be nice, to get Hamilton on your side.
How the turntables! Oh boy! Oh, y'all about to eat so much crow. I love it. Oh, I needed this. This is helping my soul right now, y'all.
Officially turned around, guys. We are back, baby. We're back. Yeah. Classic. We are back.
Look at your face. Ah, that's what you get. For the record, this is why Burr didn't before, you know, he came to his realization, his epiphany, didn't burn bridges, because you never know when you gonna have to, you see what I'm saying? Oh, this is so great. There was a reference in there that I was gonna say, but I'm just so hyped on the fact that like they're about to go grovel at Hamilton's feet.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
Oh, I hope he rubs this in their faces. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go back so I don't miss it. But there was a reference to something in the what, which is from We Know. When Thomas Jefferson finds out about the affair, he has the very, very like logical reaction of what? There was a reference there, and then obviously the Washington on your side reference continues with the must be nice to have character on your side. Wow, things have come full circle on just this one musical composition aspect. Man. Okay. All right. Let's go. I'm so glad we're back to politics. Let's get it. Oh, real quick, I'm about to Google what this word means. Like from context clues, I get what I don't know what that word means. So I'm gonna Google it, because as a songwriter, anytime I come across a word that I don't know, I always like to Google it to make sure that I know exactly what it means, because I might end up using it later in a song. And a lot of people have asked me, is Hamilton going to influence my future works? And if so, in what way? And I always answer yes, but I don't yet know how, because I feel like everything I come into contact with, especially things that like impact me on a deep level, influence my art. Know for certain that Hamilton will influence my music in the future. I just don't know how. But if I end up using obfuscate in a song at some point, this will be a very direct reference to how Hamilton has influenced my music. Render obscure, unclear, or unintelligible. That's a great word. Shouts out to Lynn, because the word also means to bewilder someone, and it bewildered me.
They know I know where France is.
Thomas, that's the problem. See, they see Burr as a less extreme you. You need to change course. A key endorsement might redeem you.
Who did you have in mind?
So weird that Hamilton is still in the place to redeem anyone from a political standpoint, given he just torpedoed his own political career. Does that make sense? Like, it'd be weird if people were like, I'm not gonna vote for you, but I'll vote for who you tell me to vote for. Like, you know, that's, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm interested now. We're locked in, bro. We're back to politics. Never in my life would I think I would be this happy to be back to politics, but here we are. So let's go.
Don't laugh. You used to work on the same staff. It might be nice to get Hamilton on your side.
It might be nice to get Hamilton on your side.
Talk less, smile more. Don't let them know what's for against or what's all for. Charm her. It's 1800, ladies. Tell your husbands, vote for Burr.
I don't like Adam.
Well, he's gonna lose. That's just defeat us.
And Jefferson?
In love with France.
Yeah, he's so elitist.
I like that Aaron Burr.
I can't believe we're here with him.
He seems approachable.
Like you could grab a beer with him.
Dear Mr. Hamilton.
Okay, conflicted. I feel like I've said that in like almost every video in part 2. Maybe even dating back to part 1. But with that being said, I feel kind of happy for Burr, because like just as an ambitious person, especially somebody who has now listened to The Room Where It Happens, probably more than a healthy amount, given the little amount of time since it's been since I reacted to that. But I'm happy to see his ambitions coming to fruition, especially given that it's not at the expense of somebody who's supposed to. Actually, that's not true. Him and TJ were just in the same party. He was just like TJ's left-hand man. I don't know, because Madison is his right-hand man. So his third in command. I'm not in the military, so I don't know what that position would be called. But you get what I'm saying. He was technically a part of the cabal, the clan that was led by TJ. And now he's like off doing his own thing, but he's not backstabbing long-term friends I guess. It's kind of hypocritical for me to not be upset with him backstabbing TJ, but I don't like TJ, so it is what it is. Anyway, the point is, it's kind of cute to like watch him be like so active and engaged in his political campaigning, and also like so surprised that people are like rocking with him and liking him. That's super cute. There was a reference earlier to something. Oh, Talk Less, Smile More, which has now been referenced in quite a few songs, especially in Act 2, but dates back to Aaron Burr when we first get introduced, well, when Hamilton first gets introduced to Aaron Burr. Now he is weaponizing his initial strategy of diplomacy in the most effective way. He's putting some of Alex's get up and go fire behind his initial thought process, which again is showing the ways in which the two have kind of converged in philosophies. It is now obviously working out a lot better for Burr than it is Hamilton, but Hamilton had his moment in the sun, or another way to put it, his moment in the room where it happens. And now Burr is getting that too, which is really cool. And it's dope to see like how he's using the strategies of both his initial approach with some of the strategies of Alexander's approach, just like actually doing something and not just forever waiting for it. He's actually out there campaigning for himself and not just like sitting on the sidelines. So yeah, I like this part. This is going so much better than the last, like the beginnings of the last few parts. But then again, I also thought that in the last part, and then somebody ended up shot. So I'm gonna stay guarded. As you can see, I'm clearly an optimist. I just keep hoping for things to get better. But also there's a nagging part of me that's like, hold on, bruh. Hold on. You might be getting too big for your britches.
Dear Mr. Hamilton, your fellow Federalists would like to know how you'll be voting.
It's quiet up.
Dear Mr. Hamilton, John Adams doesn't stand a chance of who are you promoting.
It's quiet up.
Burr, we know it's losing. But if you had to choose, dear Mr. Hamilton, John Adams doesn't stand a chance of who are you promoting. But if you had to choose,
Well, if it isn't Aaron Burr, sir, you
Alexander,
created quite a stir, sir.
I'm going door to
You're
door.
openly campaigning.
Sure.
That's new.
Honestly, it's kind of draining.
Burr,
Sir.
is there anything you wouldn't do?
No, I'm chasing what I want. And you know what?
What?
I learned that from you.
Bruh, oh my God, I just said that. I am, what, hold on. Nostradamus, okay? I'm Amari Damus.
I can see the future.
You was there, I was there, they was there, everybody was, well, Alex wasn't there, it was the other people. You get the point. I was just saying this, okay? I am so on it, okay? Migraine or not, your boy is here. I'm locked in. Oh, wow. I did not expect that to be referenced at all. I thought I was kind of clever. Clearly not, because they just pointed it out to the audience. But the point is, I just said that. That was literally like the whole point of my last pause. I'm super dizzy now. I can't be doing all that with a migraine. 1 second. Back to the point. Yes. Burr is literally, yes, he is actively weaponizing both strategies to great effect. And it's really interesting to see from like a character development standpoint. I still don't necessarily like Burr as a person, but from like an outside objective viewer of his character arc, this is like very interesting to see, especially because we also saw how it worked for Hamilton. So like clearly the messaging being pushed in these two situations is that you need both, which I would agree with. You do need some fire and some water or cool, however you want to view it. The fire obviously being Hamilton and the water being Burr, because with both, you get steam, a bubble bath, I don't know, a hot shower. You get the point. The point is both.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
also 2 Aaron Burr references in there like we had earlier. One was a direct reference to the exchange that they had, something, Aaron Burr, sir, like as Hamilton addresses Burr, which again harkens back to their initial conversation, showing how far they've come from the first time we heard the talk less, smile more mantra, which is, again, not so great in war, but super great in a political standpoint. I mean, Burr is inherently diplomatic in the way that he approaches every interaction, and he is very much like a politician to his core, which is probably why he was so frustrated that he wasn't doing well in politics while Hamilton was, because Hamilton is in no way PC or diplomatic or, you know, shake hands, kiss babies, that kind of stuff. But it's not working out for Burr. And we also got the baseline from Aaron Burr as well in that section. So they clearly want to drive home the fact that this interaction is in a way juxtaposed with that initial meeting from them. Hamilton obviously is a lot less friendly to Burr now. I mean, Burr has like obviously done some things to Hamilton that Hamilton is peeved about. So he's like keeping him at a distance, which is very different from that initial Aaron Burr conversation. But Burr seems to just not care because, you know, Burr, like Hamilton was back then, is more focused on what he's doing. And he's not really worried about Hamilton in this case because Hamilton has removed himself from the political sphere, though his party is still asking who he's going to vote for. Even though they're not running for office, they still want to know who he is going to back. So he does still have some political clout, at least in his party, but his political party also doesn't have enough political clout on the whole to even keep Adams in office. So, you know, I will see how much that affects things.
Honestly, it's kind of draining.
Burr,
Sir.
is there anything you
funny.
wouldn't do?
No, I'm chasing what I want. And you know what?
What?
I learned that from you.
As he hands him a, oh, man.
It's a tie.
It's up to the delegates. It's up to Hamilton.
Yo! The people are asking to hear my voice. The country is facing a difficult choice. If you were to ask me who I'd promote, Jefferson has my vote.
What the fuck?
I never agreed.
What? Why? Whoa, wait, hold on. I'm gonna go back and hear this part again. You'll be able to hear it uninterrupted. But why would you choose? I don't like Burr either. But okay. Let me hope he explains. Also, side note, the dichotomy in these two's general manner is so interesting. Burr just seems absolutely starstruck and super happy to be here. Jefferson is just like, why is this even a debate? Like, obviously, I'm the better choice. Y'all should have chose me. Why is there a tie? Why do we have to leave this up to Hamilton? Like, you know, their energies are so different, which just makes me want to cheer for Burr more because, like, I don't like Thomas Jefferson either. So if I don't like both of you, then I'm going to choose the one who's less cocky and arrogant about it, right? But let me hear, why would you choose Thomas Jefferson? Okay, whatever. But I mean, Burr's kind of a snake too, but just okay.
Country is facing a difficult choice.
This is what song? Is that also Washington on Your Side? The ad-libs from the ensemble. That's definitely one of the other. I think that this is like an unofficial reprise of another song. This feels like Washington on Your Side reprise, but that oh is definitely a reference to something. And this melodic line that Hamilton is doing up top is also, I think that's like the second half of Washington on Your Side. So let's just say that I'm right on that. If I'm not, I'm sure people will let me know in the comments. But if I am right that is the second half of Washington on Your Side, then all of that, the top vocal line, obviously the instrumentation, and the ensemble ad-libs and stuff are all just like one for one from that song.
I never agreed with Jefferson once. We fought on like 75 different fronts. But when all is said and all is done, Jefferson has beliefs, Burr has none.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned.
Hamilton's on your side.
And
You won in a landslide.
Congrats on a race well run. I did give you a fight. I look forward to our partnership.
Our partnership.
As your vice president.
Yeah, right. You hear this guy? Man openly campaigns against me, talking about I look forward to our partnership.
It is crazy that the guy who comes in second gets to be vice president.
Ooh, you know what? We can change that. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm the president. Burr, when you see Hamilton, thank him for the endorsement.
Bruh, what? Whoa, wait, hold on now. Let me collect myself, because why do I have to defend this man? I don't even like this guy. Okay, this is messed up. This is so messed up. This is why you don't back evil people. Thomas Jefferson, so trash. I feel so bad for Burr. First off, Leslie's acting here, crazy, okay? I know that you guys said that this musical won like all of the awards that it could possibly win, and that sometimes actors were against each other, and so people lost because other people from the musical won instead. I don't know if Leslie got awarded for this or not, but like his acting in this has been very good, but this section here is like impeccable. His slow descent in, like, it was like almost you watch, like, I don't know the 5 stages of grief, but I know that one of them in there is denial, and then I think like the last one is acceptance. I think the first one is denial. Wow, voice crack. Told you I was sick. You kind of see that descent on his face as he is like looking up at the results, where he goes from like shock and disbelief that Hamilton would endorse Jefferson into, okay, well, hey, at least I'm the vice president. And then he goes to like congratulate Thomas Jefferson on his win. Burr still being Burr, still like smiling through the pain. Then Thomas Jefferson was like, F you, I'm gonna change the entire rules. So you're the first person ever to come in second place and not become the vice president. That's so trash. Like, if I was Burr, I would be pissed. I would be so mad. Does he also shoot Thomas Jefferson? I feel like I'm losing my voice. What is going on? I feel like he should also have shot Thomas Jefferson. I'm just saying, if bullets are being handed out, I know it took a long time to reload like the muskets or whatever you guys, the flintlock pistols you guys were using back then. I feel like Thomas Jefferson had his name on one, okay? I'm just saying. The whole interaction at the end where Thomas Jefferson rubs in Burr's face that Hamilton is the reason that he beat him by a landslide in the tiebreaker is like really messed up. Oh, I don't like that guy. Again, the acting is great, but the character is so trash. Like, see him dancing around in the background. Dude has danced on Hamilton's grave, metaphorically, during the whole pamphlets. Dude was making it rain pamphlets on the crowd and the ensemble and on Alex's head like a couple songs ago. And now dancing on Burr's crashed dreams as he goes to backstab him, which, again, admittedly, Burr technically kind of backstabbed him first by going off and starting his own political party. But also, like, what? Okay, I have so many. We have a whole nother song to get to, but I have so many thoughts. So y'all just gonna have to let me process. Let me put it this way. I understand why Alex made the choice that he did based off like the reasoning that he gave. I just disagree with it on several levels. One, his assertion that Burr has nothing that he stands for. That is something that Alex has actually believed about Burr all the way back in Act 1, where he's like, if you stand for nothing, Burr, what will you fall for? What song is that? I think that's also Aaron Burr, sir. So that's another callback to Aaron Burr, sir. Even if you believe that Burr has no like principles that he stands on, while I do agree that that is relatively true over the course of Burr's character arc, the fact that he left Thomas Jefferson's party and so many people were rallying around him would lead me to believe that he clearly stood for something that was resonating with the populace enough to tie in the initial primaries or whatever you want to call it. The thought process that you can't trust Burr because you don't know what he stands for, I think he said Thomas Jefferson disagree with him a bunch throughout his career, but at least he stands for something, versus Burr has no beliefs. I don't think that makes Thomas Jefferson the lesser of two evils from the standpoint of I am consistently of the philosophy that the phrase a devil that you know is better than a devil that you don't know. I disagree with that on its face because I feel like it's pessimistic and defeatist, assuming that the unknown situation will always, or at the very least consistently, be worse than the known bad situation. And I feel like there are opportunities for things to get better. And in applying that same framework to this decision here, knowing that one person has strong beliefs that you don't agree with, I think that person is more likely to do things that you don't agree with than not knowing a person's beliefs. Does that make sense? Just because Alex does not know what Burr stands for does not make what he stands for, or not standing for anything at all, worse than knowing that Thomas Jefferson stands for things that Alex does not agree with. It's like a definite bad versus a maybe bad, or maybe good, or maybe mediocre. I feel like the range of possibilities is not just equally as bad as the thing I already know or worse. There's a whole other spectrum of possibilities, and I think that that applies here in not knowing what Burr stands for. So in that case, for me, that's not how I would have made the decision. Furthermore, putting myself into Alex's shoes, I also would have chosen Burr for a few other reasons. I told you this is gonna be long, but I have to I gotta work through this, so walk with me here. Earlier in the song, Burr was also characterized as the more moderate political candidate, and that came from Madison. And so knowing that Burr was at least seen by the people as the more moderate candidate compared to Thomas Jefferson, who is a hardliner, but a hardliner for things that I know I don't agree with from the perspective of me putting myself in Alex's shoes. One is more moderate, aka closer to you on the political spectrum than the guy who is diametrically opposed to you. So I wouldn't have chosen him for that reason either, especially in this case where Burr used to be in your own political party and Burr is no longer in the political party that opposes you and has actively tried to destroy you at every single point. Now, again, Burr was a part of some of that, and I've already lambasted him for that. But while I get the thought process of Alec, especially because I have people around me who do feel like standing for nothing is worse than standing for the wrong thing, but to an extreme. I don't feel that way because in my experience, people who are undecided on issues are actually easier to deal with or easier to convince than somebody who is stubbornly on the wrong side of things. Even if you get them to be less stubborn on their position, and now that they have toned down some of that extremism, they just end up in the middle where the other person already was, and all of that effort and progress that you made with the hardliner, you could have made with the person who was in the middle and then push them to the side that you wanted them to be on. Does that make sense? But the point is, I understand that there are a lot of people who do feel this, and a lot of you guys may feel this standing for nothing or being undecided or just like kind of being moderate or in the middle is worse than having hardcore principles. But in this particular situation, I don't think that, like, from a lot, every way I flip this in my head, I wouldn't have chosen Thomas Jefferson over Burr for any of these. Even with my disliking of Burr as a person, to the point where I have criticized him so much that I actively have Aaron Burr stans attacking me in comments in every single video. And even then, I still would have backed him over Thomas Jefferson. While I don't trust Burr, I also don't trust Thomas Jefferson. They're different in the way that they go about their slimy behavior, but they're both slimy. Both have actively tried to destroy you. One has been the leader of that. The other one has been your friend who backstabbed you. But one politically is significantly less harmful to the things that you believe in as a highly politicized person. And I also don't agree with the fact that, like, Burr is inherently more untrustworthy than Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, in my opinion, is equally as antagonistic, if not more so. The difference is Thomas Jefferson never started out as Hamilton's friend, so like it may feel less personal. Point is, I don't agree. Act 2 is just Amari being like, yeah, I said me and Alex are super similar in Act 1. I lied. There's a lot of ways that we differ. Interesting choice, though. I'm very interested to see how Burr reacts to all of this. I know eventually he shoots old boy. I don't know if this leads directly into him getting shot. Like if the next song is just Alex being shot. I really hope Alex isn't shot in the next song. That would suck. Let's continue and see. Wow, I can't believe he picked Thomas Jefferson. I am so blown by that decision. That's crazy.
You know why? Why? Because I'm the president.
Ouch. Ouch.
When you see Hamilton, thank him for the endorsement.
Evil. It's evil.
How does Hamilton, an arrogant immigrant, orphan, bastard horse, somehow endorsed Thomas Jefferson, his enemy, a man he's despised since the beginning, just to keep me from winning?
Oh shit, he's crashing out. Wow. Wowza. That's a lot of red on. He ain't in the blue no more. Bro is very villainous right now. That's all I'm saying. The intro motif there from all the way back in Alexander Hamilton, the violin part, is referenced again in a piano this time. It's appeared in a bunch of different songs when Burr has done this like little intro thing, and we've kind of like watched Burr's descent into like hatred of Alex. The song that is really resonating in my mind right now, though, is Right Hand Man. Right Hand Man, if I'm not mistaken, does not start with one of these like Burr monologue narrator things, but it does start with this violin part, and it's done in a piano version just like in this song. And in Right Hand Man, them referencing that song would make sense because Right Hand Man, Burr loses out on a right-hand man position to a powerful person and like advancement in his career indirectly because of Hamilton. And he blames Hamilton for it. And now Burr has just lost out directly to a position of being the powerful man himself and indirectly to the right-hand man position of a powerful man yet again, because Burr didn't get the endorsement from Alex. TJ won, so he lost out on the position of like being the president, being the person in power, being Washington in the right-hand man scenario, as well as he chose somebody who then went on to rewrite the rules to ensure that Burr wasn't the right-hand man again. Does that make sense? Like he indirectly caused him to not be the right-hand man yet again. And so I think that's why my brain is like really that, and the fact that both of them reference that same part of the intro motif from the Alexander Hamilton song, but are referencing the second half of it and using a piano instead of a violin. I think it's like a violin in the original Alexander Hamilton song. So that's fascinating. But yeah, bro crashing out right now. For those of you who don't know what that means, this is about to get super interesting. Maybe dark, maybe sad. I might be a little too excited. I'm hoping he doesn't just like show up and just like shoot bro in the face, because that would be kind of intense. Also, I checked the timestamp for my little breakdown of where I'm supposed to start and stop. This song has maybe the weirdest name of all of the songs that I've like reacted to in this series so far, especially given the way that this just started. I have no idea where this is about to go, and so I'm excited for it, but I just want to put it out before I figure out how this song name makes sense. It has a very strange name, and so yeah, okay, let's continue.
Just to keep me from winning, I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. You kept me from the room where it happens for the last time.
Yo, Jesus Christ.
Dear Alexander, I am slow to anger, but I toe the line as I reckon with the effects of your life on mine. I look back on where I failed, and in every place I checked, the only common thread has been your disrespect. Now you call me.
Okay, that was like a very weird experience for me, because like I, for some reason, started to tear up and also got chills at the same time. And I was like, this isn't even a really sad moment. Why are you tearing up? But then like when I got the chills, I kind of got it. Like this is like such an emotional, powerful moment that my body just kind of like started to freak out, I guess. That was weird as hell. This is so interesting. This is such an interesting song. The reference to the room where it happens and like the little boxes, which, remember I called that out before. Y'all was there. I was there. Y'all was there. Okay, I've been on it this whole time. That first off confirms that the little light thing is intentional, because they brought back the little light squares from the room where it happens, right? And then he is like, all of this anger, and really not suppressed. He's been acting on it more since the room where it happens, but all of this frustration and situations where he feels like Alex has stifled his progress is like now coming to a very visceral head. And the lighting choices here, as I've talked about in other videos, a lot of the internal processing of emotions and looks inside of people have been in blue throughout this entire musical up until this moment, where his internal processing is now in red. red. It's specifically in black and red, which is a color scheme that I personally love, but I also am aware is symbolic of like evilness and anger, destruction, violence. And then the way that they use the lack of light in this from, how do I explain this? Sorry, I'm trying to put my thoughts together. He was in the light when he had hope that he would win. He continued to be in the light when he had hope that he would become the vice president, content with the idea of, okay, I lost out on being at the top, but I can still be the vice president. Now that he has learned that he is losing out on that as well, which is crazy because I could have sworn somebody in a comment earlier in the series said that Burr does become vice president at some point, but maybe they were saying when Thomas Jefferson became vice president, and I was like mixing that up in my brain. Whatever. The point is, now that he's lost out on becoming the vice president and like this anger towards Hamilton is consuming him, he turns into the darkness. Like the part of the stage that is lit in red, and a large part of the stage is not lit. It's black, and his face goes from being completely lit to halfway lit, and he turns into the darkness. Does that make sense? That's fire, bro. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. There was something that happened in there that I'm now forgetting. Oh, as he is, I guess, sitting and writing his grievances out, like helping himself process. And he says he's like looking back on his life and like over and over and over, Hamilton has basically been the one who has stifled him. Again, I've been very blatantly on record to the chagrin of a lot of people that I don't agree with a lot of his grievances towards Hamilton. I feel like a lot of his grievances are due to envy. Therefore, he is misconstruing or misinterpreting situations into something that they weren't, which is personal. This, however, is obviously very different. This is personal. It cannot be any more personal. And this is also a situation where Alex is stifling him. He is directly blocking his progress in his career, which he is stacking this definite, can't be construed, can't be interpreted in a different way situation on top of all of those other situations, which he did interpret in a similar way to this, but this being on the most visible and impactful level. This is a confirmation of all of the things that Burr thought was happening prior, and while I'm saying this is a confirmation, I don't believe that those situations were that. I do, however, agree that this situation is that, and so he is, in my opinion, right to be upset and aggravated over that situation, but oh my goodness, like that's so right. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm saying stuff to make sense right now, but the point is, this is great. This is already great. We just started this song and I'm like, this is insane. My body was like freaking out, trying to like take it all in. Wow. A lot of y'all said in the comments, Lynn gave Leslie all of the best songs. And while I don't necessarily agree with that, even though like in my going back and listening to songs as I'm editing and that kind of stuff, I've listened to Leslie's songs quite a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I like his voice, okay? But the point is, y'all might be right. Y'all might be right. I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. This is a crazy song already. By the way, hold on. This right here, this little like leg shimmy thing, that's like such a weird dance move, right? That's super crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna start the song over. I don't care. If you're on part 16 and you're still complaining about me, you're a masochist, okay? You're doing this to yourself, because clearly this is the way my brain processes things. I'm not gonna change, especially with something like this. I feel like my pauses in this have been super worthy because these songs are crazy. But yeah, I'm starting this song over because I can.
So feisty.
And fight me on it if you want to, but you're gonna lose because I have the power of the play.
Dear Alexander.
Yo, that's crazy. The little record scratch thing. Okay, that's hard. First off, musically, that's fire. But like also the fact that it's like so rhythmic and like so it feels like Burr's emotions. Does that make sense? Like it feels like it's all over the place. Like Burr is what I'm saying. That's hard. It's hard. We're gonna go. I'm just saying. I'm noticing additional stuff, and this song is super ominous. I'm a little scared Alice about to get shot at the end of this song. So, yeah, bro, he's snapping.
Now you call me immoral, a dangerous disgrace. If you've got something to say, name a time and place, face to face. I have the honor to be your obedient servant.
A. Burr.
Mr. Vice President, I am not the reason no one trusts you. No one knows what you believe. I will not equivocate on my opinion. I have always worn it on my sleeve. Even if I said what you think I said, you would need to cite a more specific grievance. Here's an itemized list of 30 years of disagreements.
Sweet Jesus.
I don't want to fight, but I won't apologize for doing what's right. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, A. Ham.
Bruh, first, okay, hold on, a lot going on. 30 years, what, bruh, okay, I'm petty. A lot of people in the comments be like, oh, Amari is such a good person, you wear your heart on your sleeve, you have these more. No, I'm not. I hold grudges, okay? I'm mean, okay? I want y'all to know.
Sure, Jan.
You cross me, you're dead to me forever. I'm not as good of a person as y'all make me out to be. I just try to be a good person, but sometimes I fail. Where I fail is typically in situations where the person didn't cross me, right? But this is a shade of petty that I'm not able to wear. This is like a level of petty that I don't believe I can get to. I be keeping tallies of ways that people have wronged me. 30 years worth of grievances back to Burr after you done just torpedoed his political career. It's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Burr sat down to write his grievances out. And even in the way that he wrote them out, he was still very Burr about it. Still very like politically correct. I am slow to anger, but I told a lot. Like, you know, like he's like very like chill about it. Versus Alex, being Alex, is like very blunt about it. Like, bruh, I don't like you. I wear my heart on my sleeve and I will tell you, these are all of the reasons I don't like you. Here's a 20-page essay on the, bro, he really does write like it's nonstop. But here's a 20-page essay on all the reasons I don't like you. And by the way, I'm not the only reason people don't like you, which that's probably true because I don't think that if you can't run for president yourself, I don't feel like he has enough political clout left over to sway the entire country against Burr. Does that make sense? He might have just swayed his collective and then that ended up being enough to break the tie. But the point is, this is like a back and forth correspondence between them and they're ending it with the weird title of the song. So now I understand where the title comes from. I don't know what that means. Like, it sounded a little kinky to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. That's wild. Wow. I might have to cut that out of the YouTube version. The point is, I don't really know what that means, but like, it's clearly like some type of sarcastic, backhanded something, right? Because they're like going at it, but they're ending their correspondence really nice. And then with like the A. last name. The lighting also changed when we shifted perspective from Burr to Alex. I think that part of it is meant to show Alex is not enraged in the way that Burr is. Burr is like, he ready to, you know, throw hands versus Alex is just like, bruh, it is what it is. Does that make sense? I think for Burr, things have shifted to a new level versus Alex is still in the same mindset that he was back whenever he fell out with Burr in Alex's mind. Whenever it was that Skylar defeated. When Alex was like, okay, we're not friends anymore because you didn't ran against my father-in-law, da-da-da-da. Burr is not in that same mindset of we're still friends. This can continue forward. Versus Alex is like, we've been in this same place. You just got here. Let me tell you all the reasons we've been here. And I think that is shown in the differences in total lighting. Like the fact that I can see old boy standing in the little corner back there behind the little beam. I don't know what you can call that. There's more light on stage and that lighting is blue versus in the sections with Burr's lighting is lessened and it's red. Even if you don't agree with my reasoning on why that is, you have to admit there's a reason, right? Like they didn't have the lighting people up there doing all that they doing for nothing. You feel me? Like, so interesting. Also, the way that they delivered it, old girl was doing the little, you know, she went over there with the swan and put it down all. I feel like that just furthers how petty this all is from Alex's perspective. Which is so crazy because, like, I was completely 100% saying, Burr, you're tripping, dog. Like, I get why you're upset, but you're tripping. Not now. No. This is very much exactly what you thought it was. There's confirmation bias on everything else, but in this particular, you're right on this one. Wow.
Mr. Vice President, I am not the reason no one trusts you. No one.
I didn't even catch that before. Wow, Alex is so petty. He called him Mr. Vice President, which is exactly what he called Thomas Jefferson last time that he was challenged. At the time, Thomas Jefferson was actually the vice president versus Burr has just been stripped of what he earned. He did earn it. He did, campaign well enough. He got the tie, whatever, came in second place. He earned the right to be the vice president based on the rules at the time. And then Thomas Jefferson backstabbed him to take it from him. But the point is, Alex just called him the position that he just got stripped of, which is also the exact same way that he addressed the leader of the collective the last time he was challenged, which was, we know. And now saying it here to Burr after he's literally, he ain't got it no more. He not vice. Oh, that's so mean. That's mean. That's mean. Salt in the wounds. Wow.
A.Ham.
Careful how you proceed, good man. Intemperate indeed, good man. Answer for the accusations I lay at your feet, or prepare to bleed, good man.
Well, your grievance is legitimate. I stand by what I said, every bit of it. You stand only for yourself. It's what you do. I can't apologize because it's true.
Then stand, Alexander. We hawking. Dawn. Guns. Drawn.
You're on.
I have the honor to your obedient servant.
Oh crap, I'm like at the end of this. Oh crap. Okay, I guess I'll just finish this. I got a lot to say in the outro. Okay, I know this video gonna be long because the filming of this video has been long. I've said a lot and also been coughing and stuff. I'm getting sick again. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but this video been long. It's gonna be long. The outro gonna be long too. So buckle up, prepare yourself, get your popcorn, maybe take a pee break. I don't know, do whatever you gotta do because I'm gonna have some stuff to say, okay?
I have the honor to your obedient servant.
A.Ham.
A.Burr.
Okay, so a lot happened in that part. Let me first start with me changing my stance on an insight that I had, and then I will move to thoughts on everything because I have more. Yes, more. First things first, the record scratching that was happening in the song, especially early, I said that I thought it was symbolically indicative of Burr's turbulent emotions that are happening inside of him, and while technically that could also be an interpretation, it is probably more likely a foreshadowing reference to 10 Duel Commandments, which is the first song I think that had the record scratching in it, and the last song that just had record scratching in it was another song where they were dueling. Rip to my boy Philip. He's not my boy. I don't know you like that, okay? I'm not gonna lie. You aight, okay? I like your moms. Your mom's great.
Nigga, where your mom at?
Your dad, I have a love-hate relationship with him, but your mom's amazing, okay? But you, I don't really know you like that. But back to the point. So I think that that's foreshadowing this song leading to them deciding to duel at the end of it, right? So glad he didn't get shot in this part because, again, I feel myself getting back sick. After this, I'm gonna have to lay down. So I wouldn't have been ready for all that. Now that we're talking about the duel, two big things. First, starting with the duel itself, Alex, you didn't take your own advice, okay? All the advice you just gave Philip, you just watched your son die in a duel. You were just telling him to be above dueling. You should try to talk it out, and then if you can't, then you should shoot up in the air, and all the advice he just gave Philip, he is yet again. I said in that video, him at Philip's age wouldn't have listened to that advice. Him at his big old age, not even listening to his own advice. Why? Did you not just say that Eliza can't take another heartbreak? You broke her heart again. It wasn't you. It was technically the other dude, Ecker, who shot your son. But she got her heart broke again, and now you over here about to duel again. And we know you get shot. Why? I get it's easier when it's other people's issues to be level-headed. Easier for me looking at his situation, though I wouldn't describe myself as level-headed, and it was easier for him to do the same to Philip because he was not in the situation, even though the duel was technically over his honor. But you get what I'm saying. The point is, this is dumb. This is so dumb. You don't have to be doing this. You know you don't have to be doing this. You're not listening to your own advice. I'm so upset that this is the way that this is happening, especially because that means I'm gonna have to watch her cry and scream again. Bruh, my heart cannot take all of this, okay? Hamilton is, I don't know that makes him a hypocrite. I think that would still make him a hypocrite. It definitely makes him someone who gives advice that he would not listen to. I think it was sound advice, which is the worst part about it. It's very much a do as I say, not as I do parenting style. I mean, Philip's not here to like call him out on the fact like, hey, bro, you not doing what you told me to do. But
I am here!
speaking of hypocritical Alex moments, I don't remember exactly how he said it because my mind was being blown. He said something to the effect of, I don't like you, Burr, because you're selfish. I'm not selfish. What I do is for everybody. Nigga, what? Are you kidding me? Okay, I've been probably your biggest defender, and I have to say, that's wild. That is equally as wild as when Thomas Jefferson claimed that you were, why am I talking like he can hear me? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna vent my emotions to y'all, and y'all can just relay it to Lynn, I guess. That is equally as crazy as when Thomas Jefferson claimed that you were a nepotism baby, and that you were only in a position of power because of other people basically like handing you stuff. And I said, I came to your defense. Remember this. Remember, put it on record. I came to your defense. I said, that's crazy because you, of all the people on the cabinet, are the most self-made. Yes, you did create alliances with powerful people that helped you along your way, but that came as a result of who you are, not the stuff that you had, the name that you had, who you were the child of, so on and so forth, like it did for Thomas Jefferson and a lot of the other people on those early and current cabinets. Just like I called out the craziness there, I'm gonna call it out here. How in your brain did you twist it up to believe that you are the selfless person who's just doing all of this stuff that you're doing for everybody else but you, and Burr is the only selfish one? To be clear, I think Burr is incredibly selfish. I think they're both selfish, is the point. I just think it's crazy for you to utter out your mouth or out your pen, your quill, whatever, I don't care, that you are just this higher being above selfishness, and the other dude pissed off because he's selfish and you're not, so you're just doing stuff that's good for everybody. I think he said, I'm doing what's good for the Republic or whatever. I'm not gonna apologize because I did what was right. I'm not asking you to apologize, but also pot, meat, kettle, get to shooting, because y'all are both crazy. I can't believe he said that. Sometimes selfishness is the right choice. However, a lot of times selfishness is the wrong choice, and Alex has displayed that throughout the course of this musical, but especially in Act 2, right? But for you to frame this as you being selfless and this super moral person who's taking this moral stance against this inherently selfish person is wild, because while he is inherently selfish, again, I'm not saying I trust Burr. I don't trust Burr at all. I didn't trust Burr back when I was advocating for you to endorse him. I also don't trust Thomas Jefferson though. So it's a lesser of two evils, like the people were saying. It's a lose-lose situation, but in my opinion, I thought the lesser of two evils was Burr. But for you to turn around and spin this situation, what? That's so crazy to me. Was that crazy to y'all? Are y'all not floored by the level of hypocrisy? But other than that, this was a good part. Both of these songs are cool. I feel like the first song is really just Washington on Your Side reprise, if we being for real. That second song is incredible. Like musically, so good. I love Leslie's voice, even though I very much dislike his character, which I feel like I'm supposed to. He's the villain. Y'all are mad that I criticize Burr. Clearly, I'm not above criticizing Alex. I call it how I see it, and I'm very honest with y'all. I tell y'all what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. I be real with y'all, and I can like somebody and say they're wrong, and I can dislike somebody and say they're right, because I call the situations how I see it. If I think somebody's wrong in a situation, I can rock with you, but you wrong, and vice versa. I could think you're a terrible person and still be right on a particular stance, issue, whatever, right? But as much as I dislike Burr, I think that Leslie is definitely a top 3 performer for me in this, and his songs go hard, and that's like another example. This is kind of a, I don't know, like a duet, I guess. Hamilton wasn't really singing as much. He was more like melodically rapping, and Burr had like an R&B singing thing going on. Like Dear Theodosia, that was like more of like a traditional duet. This is more of like a back and forth, kind of like Farmer Refuted. Would you consider that a duet, a rap battle, or what? But you get what I'm saying. There's like a back and forth between two characters in this. If you want to call that a duet, sure. But regardless, this song is incredible, and in large part because Leslie is incredible. And I can say that while still saying Burr is trash, okay? Just like I feel that same way about Alex. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not gonna cap, okay? He wasn't a perfect person in Act 1, but Act 2 is just, you just let me down over and over and over again. And now you're being hypocritical about it. I don't like it. Especially because you framing yourself as a selfless person shows that you may not have learned your lesson from some of the other mistakes you made in Act 2, okay? I already flipped out on you for some other things. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm just saying, be better, okay? And also, I feel like you might not be able to admit when you're wrong. That's not good, okay? Now, do I think the stuff that Alex did is worthy of him being shot? No, I don't. I don't think that this is an excuse to shoot him. So let's be clear for all of y'all Burr stands are like, see, I told you, you were gonna get why he shot. No, I still don't think it's okay for him to shoot him. Shooting people, not okay. However, I get why he don't like Alec. That's different, okay? I can see why you may not rock with old boy, but that don't mean I would advise you to pull out the gat, okay, and start blasting. Between Lynn's rapping and acting and Leslie's singing and acting, that song is great. And then the music on it is so good. At the end of this musical, I am going to attempt, I don't know if I will be able to because there's so many songs in this and so many great songs. But I'm gonna attempt to try to do like a hierarchy of songs. It might end up being like a pyramid instead of a straight up ranking, like some songs on the same level, you know? But this is gonna be high on that, is what I'm saying. This was a great song. I really, really enjoyed this song. I just think the stuff that's happening is crazy. Crazy good, like music, crazy good acting, crazy good story, but also like crazy characters, you know? Yeah, I'll stop it there. You get the point. I got a lot of feelings. I got a lot of thoughts. I am very, very interested to see how this next part goes. I will probably be releasing something interesting before then, so stay tuned for that. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, foreshadowing. I'm turning into the darkness. That was really cool. Y'all gotta give it to me. That turning to the darkness thing, that was fire. Okay, Hamilton won all the awards, right? I don't know if the lighting people got any, but they deserve some. Cause them people, they was going hard. Okay, they was going hard. I've enjoyed this a lot. One more part to go. Hamilton's gonna get shot. I don't know if he's gonna die, but I think he's going to die. But he's definitely going to get shot. So I know at least that part of what happens in the next part. Stay tuned. Emoji for this video is not a gun. That's fun. They don't even have like a gun emoji anymore. It's like a water gun now that they changed it to, but whatever. It's not a gun. It is, I don't even know what to make the emoji. What should I make the emoji, guys? I can't hear you. What? I'm Dora. Just a lion, whatever. We're just gonna do a lion again because you can never go wrong with lion emojis, especially not on this channel. So, lion in the comment section, lion emoji. Thank you so much for watching to this point. It definitely means a lot. And I'll see you for the last part of the main Hamilton series before we get into all of the other Hamilton stuff. You guys have a great day. Peace.
Twilight, these skies no blues. A new love, but we know that it'll cruise like time in a queue. Wet shampoo, new bamboo. Much more of it will ensue. I'm caught in this trance and loop of sinking down in the stew. You change up the brew, now life tastes so brand new. It's delicious like fondue. Under the moonlight tonight, stars and hearts shimmering. You illuminate who I am. You're a backlight, you are my midnight.